A few folks have suggested that it might be fun to see a blooper reel for DigitalByDoiron. I'm not sure our bloopers are all that funny, and many of them have been included within our videos or after the credits. But I have a new computer that my daughter built for me. She's a physicist, seriously, and I'm looking for a quick project to see that I've got all of my new hardware and updated software working. This is that project. Since you may have seen much of this before, I'm also adding some backstory that I hope you'll find interesting. Enjoy the journey! While I've been shooting still photography for over a half century, it's only the last few years I've found much interest in shooting video, and there might be a bad habit or two I retained from all those years of still work. But that's okay, because the cows didn't mind. I'm trying so hard to not laugh while filming this. Of course, sometimes an audio distraction is self-inflicted, such as when I leave the keys in the Jeep ignition and forget to close the door. In those early days, I did not have a GoPro, and hand-holding an HD SLR while driving a Jeep across rough terrain wasn't terribly successful. But it's fair to point out that, since I'm in this video, I'm not the only experienced still photographer with bad habits for video work.
Give it a little stir on it.
I think we got
stew. That looks great.
Yeah,
Woo.
dinner time.
All right.
So what are you doing, James?
I'm deflating the tires on this guy's Defender 90 that's parked out here in front of the ranger station. So I just thought, it'd be kind of funny for him to come out and all his tires be flat.
One of the challenges for me is physical condition. While I'm healthy for my age, running like that from where you see the vehicle start to where I'm filming from does get me winded. And another bad still shooting habit, I tend to forget to grab a tripod for running gun shooting. One hallmark of my videos is, as much as practical, retaining the original sounds of the area, though I do use more sound effects in recent years. I just know some bird expert watching one of my videos will someday challenge me. That was definitely a tufted titmouse I heard on your Alaska video. They're not found that far north. And you've got to love it when you're traversing a quicksand-laden river with a group of JKs, and the one fellow with the CJ has to show off by driving it with only his front axle engaged. And a word of safety for you new overlanders out there, and some of us older ones. Be sure to use suitable anchors during recoveries.
This isn't absorbing it, it's just spreading it around.
Let's see what I got here. I probably have some toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper would be great. Yeah, just something that'll actually absorb the
I've got
moisture.
a dishcloth here too, if that doesn't work.
All this is being recorded.
Mark wiping my rover down with toilet paper.
Wiping your rover's ass with toilet paper.
On occasion, I've had to remind drivers that the photographer is in a vulnerable position.
Hey, the photographer's here.
Okay, I'm over here. Whoa. Cameraman!
We get the stuff.
You're walking in my video. Hi, Jordan. Yes, I am shooting video.
And there was that time I hopped out of the trail of Jeeps to shoot some video of them and told them to go ahead up to the pass, sending someone back for me after they reached it. And they went about 50 yards before stopping, and everyone jumped out of all 5 Jeeps. "Moose!" they yelled, pointing about 100 yards behind me. 5, in fact, including some very big bulls. Me, no Jeep, 5 moose, including one especially big and mean-looking bull. Oh my.
He's in the shade.
There's our intrepid adventurer. He's creeping through the Colorado outback, trying to set up the perfect shot of these moose that you see in the background. Let's hope there's not one hiding in the underbrush that will give him a fright.
You know the old adage, here, hold my beer? Well, second only to that is...
I've got an idea.
Uh-oh. I think you better get the air compressor out.
Oh, there's water here.
Not much.
Who told you WD-40 worked?
Fortunately, other than having to resort to reseeding the bead with a tire tool and air compressor, no other excitement ensued. A cup of coffee in the morning is important to most
How's the coffee
overlanders.
coming over there?
Just be wary when the rare non-coffee drinker makes it.
I don't know how to tell you when it's done.
It's brown. The coffee comes up brown. You start seeing it pop in the top of the thing, it's brown instead of white.
How much coffee do you drink, Ray?
None.
DigitalByDoiron is not actually sponsored, but we do have friends who own related businesses.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be on your pit crew. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Expedition Outfitters.
That's good.
Of course, there is the occasional practical camp joke, and yet more evidence that still photographers have bad habits for video.
Well, it's early in camp here on Sunday morning, and it looks like we were paid a visit by Rick Crow last night while we slept. You can see Mark's rig has been tire shined.
Our accommodations for this trip were varied from your basic backpacking tent to a rooftop tent to a rooftop tent wannabe to a very luxurious cabin. This is Paul. He protects our camp while we're not here.
Then there was that time Ray and I were in New Mexico, and the tent poles were in Oklahoma. But food is taken seriously in camp, except when it's not.
The pig lost. So did the chicken.
Looks like the chickens aren't doing so well either.
No, they didn't fare it either.
A little.
You want more?
You want a little pepper with your burrito?
I like
a little
pepper.
burrito with your pepper?
I didn't dump that whole thing in there. Derek, what are you doing?
You got to warm up the cinnamon roll before you eat it.
Oh no.
No one looks dignified eating a sausage, Mark.
Are you trying to give me a hint that you want me to stop recording?
Yes. Just make it pretty.
But most of the time there is a friendly rivalry
what are we
over
cooking there,
preparing
Tom?
the better meals.
Oh, all right. So Ray, what is the Oklahoma contingent having for dinner tonight?
The Oklahoma contingent is having a Texas steak, which is more commonly called a bone-in ribeye.
Smile, Grill Master.
Chris, what are you guys having over there?
Bless you.
We are having bratwurst this evening.
Bratwurst.
Yes, we
Uh-oh, it looks like Matt and Chris have outdone Mark and Ray, because Mark and Ray are having hot dogs.
Hot dog.
Hot dogs.
And
No bratwurst, Ray. And what?
spinach pasta salad.
What do we got there, Chris?
Some nice St. Louis ribs.
All right. Those look really like they're going to be good. Did I hear that right? Lobster and steak?
Yeah, genuine lobster.
Holy cow, look at that.
And here we're having
Ribeye steak, isn't it?
ribeye steak, exactly.
On rare occasion, our bloopers would prove expensive.
Brandy was trying to go across the trail. She went up high on the bank there, and it just kind of pushed the Jeep over sideways, and that log was sticking out, and it was just close enough to just barely graze against that window and break it. And there it is right there. Well, had a little accident here backing out of the campsite, and it was tight for Ray and I to fit in there, and I managed to pick up a tree that has busted out my window. Okay, Matt is helping me cut that window, the piece of metal off there that gets in the way.
Matt, I've got a tool that'll cut anything.
All right.
There is my rear window.
R.I.P.
Oh well.
Tell us where the poison ivy doesn't affect you again.
Poison ivy doesn't affect me except in one area.
What area is that, Ray?
You're looking at that area.
What area is that, Ray?
Since I like to include my Jeep in the videos, when there's an extra body on a trip, I always check if they can drive my stick shift. In setting up these shots, I called Jack on the CB and asked if his dad, who was riding with him, could. And all I got back was laughter. What am I missing, Jack? My dad's a race car driver. He can drive a stick. So I figured Nick, Jack's dad and a British immigrant to the U.S., probably did some hobby racing. But at dinner a couple nights later, Matt happened to notice Jack's watch. Wow, is that a Rolex? I'm a fan. May I see it? Oh wow, a Daytona winner replica. It's not a replica. My dad won the 24 Hours of Daytona. Twice, in fact. My brother has the other watch. I had questioned the credentials of a two-time winner of the 24 Hours of Daytona to drive my Jeep. Of course, on occasion I travel by myself, which makes it more challenging to have anything beyond GoPro video shot from my Jeep.
It's tough being by yourself trying to get pictures and video of yourself.
Evening campfires are a great time to recount the events of the day.
Is that the one where you said, should we turn on the cameras?
Oh, was I messing with you? Because I do like to mess with you guys.
Yeah.
Really? What? I try to make it obvious, but
600 miles into the trip, we figure this out.
Just now, I couldn't figure it out.
Quit making me laugh. I can't hold the camera still.
That damn bridge you went across was
neat.
That was fabulous. That was fabulous.
It sure is a shame Mark fell off that cliff. It's nice of you to put his chair up there to remember him by, Ray. It's real decent of you. It's to you, buddy. We'll miss you.
You're a good guy.
We'll miss you.
In honor of Mark.
That's
You guys
right.
making fun of me?
We're going to push your Jeep off the cliff in your honor. Set it on fire, like a funeral pyre.
Once I started teeter-tottering and after I made the joke about, hey, it's a teeter-totter, I put the radio down. I was like, oh, wait, is my traction control going to get me off of this? Or is that wheel going to spin? I was like, am I seriously going to get winched off of this silly little rock?
And there was a massive cliff just to your passenger side.
Yeah, there was a huge cliff.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh. I was ready to come save.
You ready to come rescue, huh?
But perhaps the best one was during Wobder. We'd learned that morning it was Jack's birthday, so we did our best to come up with a cake, a moon pie actually, and candles.
Yeah, I got 2 and 2 together there.
Hello, birthday boy.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Because 3 of them didn't like.
Birthday, Jack. Happy birthday to you. Oh my, it's a little cold this morning. Look at that ice in that water bottle. We have a lot of frozen water this morning. So what temperature was it?
It was 16 this morning.
And James is being a hero here if he can get this fire started.
I'm working on it. It was doing good till you walked over here.
He'll be the hero if he gets the coffee started.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about that coffee. Frozen water is no excuse. Ah, boy, magic.
Liquid fire.
You know what we call that in Boy Scouts? We call that Girl Scout juice.
During our travels, there are signs we encounter that may as well say, "Good times ahead." And then there are signs that are a source of concern. During our Alcan trip, Ray and I leapfrogged some so we could photograph each other. At one place south of Dawson City, I was busy shooting B-roll and hadn't noticed Ray's approach. When I heard him, I looked up, and not only was he there, but so was a lynx right in front of him. I hit the record button on my camera, but didn't realize it had turned off on me. So we missed the shot. However, I had Ray rerun the route, and while we waited, the lynx did return.
Undivided attention.
What are my lines
I'm
for
ready.
this one?
You're ready?
I'm ready.
Sometimes it's necessary to ask someone to repeat an action so I can record it again, especially to add close-ups.
Campground, go down to Lake Chelan, follow the coastline road 8020.
However, I forgot to tell Guide it was important he used the same finger to point at the map.
For a while in the morning, follow that on up.
GoPros have been a boon to recording our activities. However, sometimes you don't realize that one is still live, capturing those awkward moments for posterity.
I'm gonna wait. I'll wait till he moves his Jeep. The GoPro is running.
And then there's the stranger who sees that the GoPro in your parked Jeep is still recording, so he puts on a little show. It's not uncommon for us to forget what the day or date is, which is what led to this small encounter as we departed Eagle Plain, Yukon, just south of the Arctic Circle on the Dempster Highway in Canada.
Day of the week. Monday. No, it's not Monday. Sunday or Monday? No, it's not Sunday or Monday. Tuesday, June 7th. All right. Thank you. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 7th, and we are headed...
Ray's walking to the Arctic Ocean. But at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, we're having a ton of fun out there. Hey, Ray.
What?
Oh, damn, I forgot to push the record button.